the biggest thing, I guess, like I talked about earlier, it's a very good history. It's a very great history for Cajun football. Some great games have been played here, some great wins. Of course, one of the biggest wins was the year Cajuns beat Texas A&M. They were ranked in the top 25, and it really was a great night for football. Hosting Alabama, hosting Oklahoma State, bringing some big-time opponents that will come in here. Talked about having some big wins, but never really consistent seasons. Never going to a bowl game. Well, that kind of changed the first year with Mark Hudspeth after the 2011 season when they won 9 games, went to the New Orleans Bowl and beat San Diego State on the last-second kick. It was the first bowl in over 40 years. It was the first bowl win in a long time. And so then you follow that up the next year with another 9-win season, another New Orleans Bowl appearance. You beat East Carolina in that ball game. And the thing about it is like I talked about, the fan base is very passionate, and that is anywhere. And what the fan base wants, they want a winner. And so you got that after that first year. And you saw it in the support that you had from the fan base in New Orleans for that ball game. And then it just continued the next year. And then this past year, which was my first year really involved with Cajuns football, started out 0-2, but then won 8 straight ball games. To go down the stretch, had a couple of injuries late, lost the last 2 games of the regular season, but still were able to win a conference title and go back to New Orleans again and play Tulane. And that was a ball game that really, 55,000 people in the Superdome to watch 2 in-state opponents play in one of the first bowl games of the year. And it comes down to a kicker who had never kicked a field goal before in his career. He kicks the game winner. And then Tulane coming down with an All-American kicker, a guy who is as automatic as you can get, and he misses in the very final seconds to preserve a win. So it's been a consistent process of building a winning program, and that's something that Coach Hudspeth has done. Even from his days at North Alabama in Division II, they were consistently in the Gulf States playoffs, or in Division II playoffs, always competing for the Gulf States Conference crown with Delta State and Valdosta State, 2 powers in Division II. And of course, what he took from there, going to Mississippi State, working as a receivers coach, the passing game coordinator, and then coming here to Louisiana and starting a process. Coach has been a winner all his career, going back to his high school days. And he came in, and basically he built a program, or he has built a program here that has been consistent now. And it's making sure everybody is pulling in the right direction. They kind of started that, one of the first things he did was, he put them in a tug-of-war contest. And nobody was moving, says, okay, well, you can't go anywhere if you're not pulling in the same direction. And that was one of the things that, and the team has bought into it, the fan base has bought into it, and what you're seeing now with new improvements to the stadium, what you're seeing with teams coming in this year with a schedule that we have with Southern our first game, which will probably pretty much set an attendance record. Louisiana Tech coming in week 2, 2 great games right out of the chute, and then you go to Ole Miss and Boise State, with Boise State being a home and home series, which they'll eventually come back here in a couple of years. So you're seeing a consistent winner now in football, and that's the biggest thing for this athletic department, or this program needed. Was once you have that consistent winner right there, the other programs are also going to prosper. The ones that have been successful year in and year out are now going to see things. And what you're seeing here now is you're seeing a situation where men's basketball won a conference title and went to the NCAA championships. Softball and baseball each won the regular season title. Softball winning a conference tournament title, hosting a regional, and now for the first time ever hosting a super regional. The baseball team ranked number 1 in the country for a majority of the season. They've been in the top 5 all year long. They right now in the conference tournament with a chance to win that. More than likely will host a regional, and if you go ahead and you get a national seed, host a super regional for the first time. So it's a lot of great things that are happening here right now.